A train reactor spitting fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From your meme coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 is a tree to show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures blow. Web3 wonders, chain reactors on the scene. NFT insights and crypto dreams, diving into econs. He's got the key, hide around the web. That's where we're
Hey, good morning, guys. Oh, baby. Oh, dude, what a night. What a cool documentary. I liked it. I don't think a lot of people liked it. I thought it was super cool. I'm talking about, of course, the HBO. I don't even know the name of this thing. The Who is Satoshi reveal. I thought it was super cool. Gonna spend some time getting into that today. Bang, good morning. Man, where to even start? First off, welcome to Chain Reactor. It's Wednesday, October 9th. Still no real October. It's it's coming. I certainly think it's coming still. With a caveat, with some things coming down the pipeline that may ruin some plans. We'll see. Anyway, let's get into the market today. Let's get into some stories, man. Oh, you guys didn't watch it? Okay, interesting. Okay, I caught probably 2/3 of it, and I think the back half of it is more in depth, like who they think is Satoshi. I got a pretty good feel for what it is. I actually want to watch it again and make some notes because there were some interesting things in the documentary, not around who Satoshi is, but how the Bitcoin movement grows and who put. Man, Cosmos makes me want to just give you my login so you can watch it. It's pretty cool. Or maybe I stream it. But there's a very calculated approach to growing Bitcoin and adoption and reaching out to politicians and spreading this gospel, this religion. And is it for, was it the right people and the right motivations? And I don't know. I want to watch it again and make some notes because it got me thinking less about who Satoshi is and more about just understanding, what Bitcoin was. Again, there's a lot to it. It's deeper. I don't think people are talking about that at all. I don't think people are talking about that. It was just straight up who Satoshi. I don't think it was a strong case. Anyway, let's get to our stories and get right to that story. I do want to point out, guys, if you are good at posting, if you're good at tweeting, if you think you are, well, first off, you're probably not. I'm not. I suck at this. But Coinbase is hiring an intern, a social media person. This is a real deal gig. This is a big boy, big girl gig too. And big money coming with it. A $200,000 a year gig. They want somebody who's terminally online, just posting and memeing and understands tech and can make this stuff simple. It's a skill. It's a real deal skill that I think is being valued properly. Your tweeter, intern, whatever we call it now, is a whole marketing team all in one person. Super important position. $200K, guys. If you're good at it, go for it. It's a big, big payday for a pretty cool gig. All right, of course, our top story. Who is Satoshi again? According to HBO, it's Peter Todd. If you're a dork, if you're a big dork like me, that name actually means something else to you. Hang on. Let me fix my screen. I don't know what's going on here. Hang on. Hang on. This is stupid. Tell me, who knows what that name means? I'm really curious. I can't be the only nerd here. I might be, but does Peter Todd mean anything to anybody else? I'll keep going. You just chime in if you know who that is. Comic book character. You're going to Google it now, but Minus one name there. Peter Todd means something to me. Anyway, that's who HBO says is Satoshi. Not the strongest case. And Peter Todd coming out saying, no, not me, as Satoshi would. Other characters around that. There's a lot of people who seem like good candidates. There's a lot of people thinking it's probably a team. It might be him. It really might be. I mean, if you watch the video, and again, we're going to get to when I get to the tail end of market and headlines, we're going to come back and get into the bullet points, the why they say it's him. It's a compelling enough case. I'll tell you this, Martin Shkreli tweeted saying he thinks it is Peter Todd. So I don't think we know. I don't think this brought us any real clarity. Still interesting at the very least. We will get into that in a moment. First, I want to talk about the market. What is impacting the market here in the short term? What's coming here? In the very, very short term, we saw yesterday the SEC sends a Wells notice to Crypto.com. Lawsuit incoming. But not before Crypto.com sues the SEC first. We got a battle brewing. The first of many. I'm sure a long, drawn-out case. I'm sure. And more to come. More exchanges, more NFT projects. Yes, there's a lot more coming. Before the election? Don't know. This year? Probably. Hey, dude, bang. Yes, sir. Dude, that's awesome. I'm glad you said that. It's my favorite character in all of comics. The second Robin. Not Dick Grayson. Jason Peter Todd. The one the Joker kills in the comic. It's like my favorite comic ever is the Death in the Family. Love it. Love that story. I like Jason Todd a lot. Red Hood now. He's Red Hood. But you got it. So I like the name. I like Peter Todd. It's cool. It's cool. Our own personal Robin. We got our Batman in the space, so we're actually going to talk about him in a minute too. But yeah, good one there. Okay, so we got the lawsuit against, or the SEC, a Wells notice against Crypto.com there. Lawsuit against the SEC, and we still have, we mentioned this yesterday, but potentially $4 billion in Bitcoin about to be liquidated by the U.S. government. This is Silk Road Bitcoin. It's probably happening, guys. I am sure this is imminent. I have a feeling we're going to get tweets coming across our timelines, probably from Arkham, that they're seeing this big old sell-off again, billions of dollars. That's a tricky hurdle to get over here. Yeah, sorry, George. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. George saying I spoiled the thumbnail, spoiled it. You're right. When there's a movie coming out, I don't go on YouTube, period, because it is so spoilery. Dude, maybe I'll change the whatever. I might change it after. I do want to give people a chance to watch it. It didn't even come out 12 hours ago. At this point, exactly 12 hours. Fuck. All right, I might change that after. My bad if you really were looking forward to seeing that. Anyway. At this point, you got to avoid all news and even Twitter and everything. Anyway, be on the lookout for this. Be mindful. The flip side is we got the FTX stimmy still coming. We've talked about that. Not going to get deep into it. Other than FTX is asking Caroline Ellison, hand over all your assets. And if you remember, she's got a bunch. I think she still had billions worth of crypto assets, which is crazy. FTX wants those back. I think maybe that's going to be used partially to pay back creditors, but probably more like they had the funds already. This is going to be used to relaunch the platform. Yes, FTX is probably coming back, guys. So be aware of that. Taking a look at the crypto market here. Bitcoin hanging just barely on to 62K. ETH at 2,400. Solana 142. Yeah, George, again, sorry. It's a tricky thing to balance. Didn't even register as far as, it's out there. Got to put it on the thumbnail. Yeah. I'll think of if there's better ways to do that. Interesting thought, I guess, exercise here. This is something I hadn't considered. An interesting post from JPEGler. Right? Memes are running right now while Bitcoin really hasn't been. Bitcoin's been okay the past, let's say, few days since the weekend. But look, man, and this is his word, not something I've researched. It'll take all of a minute to dig in. When meme coins run before Bitcoin runs, we get a pullback. And we know this. We operate this way. NFTs don't really run, and the rest of the crypto ecosystem doesn't really run until Bitcoin does. Bitcoin's got to find that all-time high for us to really get this market into gear. But if meme coins are running really before Bitcoin, there's really only one way to go. We're not the meme coin ecosystem's not going to outpace Bitcoin to kick it off. That comes later. unless things are changing, and I don't think they are. And I also question all that liquidity going into meme coins. Is that what's stopping Bitcoin from really, really doing the thing we want it to do? I don't know. But he brings up an interesting point. He's saying historically, when meme coins run first, we always, always, always get a pullback on Bitcoin specifically, right? Obviously, meme coins aren't going to go up forever, but it's an interesting thought. I do want to spend some time at some point looking into that, but I take it at face value. It just makes some good sense here. Looking at the ETFs here, guys. Starting with the Bitcoin ETFs, 18.6 million in outflows yesterday, and on the ETH side, 8.1 million in outflows. Bang, yes, October definitely still on the table. I'm expecting it. I think second half of the month, we won't even be thinking about this rough start unless the multi-billion-dollar Bitcoin sell-off. That changes things a bit. It changes things a bit. We'll say that. By the way, if you're watching over on X, I can't see comments, although I'm going to try. We don't usually get a lot of people watching. It's usually on YouTube, I think. On X, people like tune in and they bounce. They don't usually stay in chat. I'm going to hop in the video there just in case. Let me peek. Sorry, guys. Just want to make sure if people are sending stuff, I can see it. Okay. I think I should be good now. Almost. Sorry. There's so much to juggle now. It's crazy just to get the graphics on screen, which I like still. I love. No, you know what? I don't even see the chat at all. So maybe there's no point in being there. Whatever. If you're over there and you want to chat, come over to YouTube. We'll figure out the chat on X eventually. Anyway, ETFs. Not looking great. This looks pretty fantastic, though. Another Ripple ETF filing, and that's coming. Nature AC, gangsta. Matter of when, it's not if. I believe it's coming before the Solana ETFs, by the way. It's coming. Yeah, it's definitely coming before Solana ETFs. Keep your eyes on that. Ripple Rips. Remember, though, they're involved in a legal battle, too. Remember the SEC appealing the judge's ruling from the summer, so that's not in the clear yet. Moving to the NFT market, guys, 10.4 million in cross-chain sales yesterday. That is now our 10th day in a row of double-digit sales. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. 9 days. I think our last longest streak was 13 days. So best we've seen now since August, but let's keep the momentum going here. And we are heading into typically the strongest part of the week for NFT sales. We'll see. Although it feels like we've used up a lot of our dry powder, you know? It does. And you can see that here. Top collections moving this market. F-Girl. Pretty sure that's money laundering again. Guys, I want to package this up and send it to Zach XBT. It's another one of those USDT collections, as in hold NFT, you get 0.1 USDT a day. Hold 10, you get, a buck. Hold 100, you get $10 a day. It's money laundering. It's got to be money laundering. And we see millions in volume in this every month. I want to send it to Zach XBT, see what he could do. Like, get his hands on it and see if he can track down who's moving this money and maybe figure out why. Proof for Narnian, I think the same thing. $500,000 in volume. One buyer, one sell. Not legit. We'll dive into this if it's not good. And I mean Crypto Slam on the back end. If it's not kosher, we blow it away from the site. F-Girl's going. I've not looked at Narnian yet. We got the Crypto Punks. No, hang on. Let me shout out D-Market. I skipped right over. D-Market is your top collection in the past 24 hours. About 600K in sales volume. Love it. Counter-Strike skins, Dota skins, Team Fortress, Rust. Love it. CryptoPunks cooking. Guild Guardian Heroes. Project Aeon. It's Eon, I think, but whatever. I say Aeon. Project Aeon. Taproot Puppets. Dozuki Bitcoin Puppets. Sproto Gremlins. And I'm going to bump a couple up here because of the shenanigans. Milady Maker and Sorare. That's your top 10. CryptoPunks on the move. Keep your eyes on punks. Always the leading indicator for NFTs cooking. 5 punk sales in the past 24 hours. Top sale 72 ETH, $175,000. Purple cap, 3D glasses. If I were picking a punk that's probably close to it. In fact, I had a V1 that looked similar, I think. It was my Bitcoin punk that looked similar. That was it. Purple cap, no 3D glasses, but I like the look. It's my vibe. Those Taproot Puppets. Dude, great to see a mint sell out. I didn't even know it was a thing on the show yesterday. Vru came in, mentioned it to us. I'm glad he did. I hope he minted because he won. Anybody who minted won. He's minted at 0.0004 Bitcoin. Something like $20 in that ballpark, I think. Anyway, check this morning, 0.009. 0.0009. These numbers are stupid, I know. I'm already bad with numbers, but you had an easy 2x there. And they did numbers too. Again, you saw on the homepage over 200,000 in volume. So cool collection. Now at 0.001. We're inching closer to a 3x here. I don't know what their peak was. They might have already gotten a 3x there. But anyway, great collection. I love the art. As Dead says, pay attention to puppets. They are the collection everybody's making derivatives of. Nobody's making derivatives of Node Monks. Nobody's making Quantum Cat derivatives. Everybody's making puppet derivatives. Pay attention to that. Puppets are the real deal. Taproot puppets. A nice win. Hopefully a sign of more mints to come. I hope. We got details on Xcopy's new Cope Salada. Now, this came yesterday. I don't think I got a chance to really dive into it. It's on the afternoon show yesterday. Look, I think the artwork's super cool. This isn't even going to be a negative comment. Like, I love this. Artwork is super cool. It's generative. Every edition, I think, is unique. Right? 250 editions, but it's not like an edition piece. Every one is a 1-1. Now, I think we knew that, but what I didn't know, I'll say I didn't know. First off, they're fully on-chain. I love that. Responsive. That's what I want to know. I want to dig into that. I love generative art. I love art you can interact with. I love responsive generative art. One of my favorite gen art pieces ever is a piece from 2021, I believe, bought by Pranksy, created by BT. And it's an incredible 24/7 streaming piece of, like, it's an audio-visual piece that is adaptive to time of day and I think season, stuff like that. I love that stuff. I eat it up. I don't know if that's what it means by responsive, as in some kind of other factor changes the art, changes the pattern, changes the colors, changes frequency. I don't know. But responsive means something, and I've not seen details on that. I can't wait to dive in. If any of you guys know, by the way, how that piece is responsive, I'm really curious, but awesome looking piece. Some of these are being minted already. It's like $20. This is going to cook. This is going to be hot on secondary. Keep your eyes on it. Probably a good opportunity there. Probably a really, really good opportunity there, even on secondary. It being on an L2 on the Shape blockchain probably pulls value down a little bit, so watch for an opportunity. That's all I'm saying. Def Beef also with a new edition coming here really soon. This is coming next week. Next week, guys, Def Beef, he's there as far as one of my favorite artists, period. Usually audio visual. Put out some stuff recently that's just visual. Really cool stuff. Really cool. This isn't... Dude, he's just a different caliber of artist. He just is. Anyway, you don't usually have the chance to get a Def Beef. They're usually pretty darn pricey, especially as early stuff. Secondary prices, we're talking in million plus just a few years ago. These days, multiple E still. Amazing is an understatement. Open edition coming next week is going to be cheap. He's giving us helping us set expectations. Likely underwhelm aesthetically. I want a Def Beef. I just want to collect this guy. You don't get that opportunity often. I probably don't miss that, guys. Depending on the price, probably don't want to miss that. Other side metaverse, moving on here, getting out of like the artsy NFT updates. This is really cool. Getting towards the metaverse. This is exactly what I've wanted from Yuga Labs since 22, when they announced the other side metaverse. And then now for years they had basically ignored it. And I know a lot of us aren't on the same page here. This should be their only focus. The IRL stuff they're doing, the cool partnerships and collabs. Other side metaverse has got to be their sole focus. I know everybody's kind of tired of metaverses. We don't think it's going to happen. It is going to happen. It's years off, but it's going to happen. Everything. Put all your eggs in that basket because that's the only basket that I think will matter down the road. Everything else, you risk everybody else catching up and doing stuff. You got a good head start here, or you did. You might have blown it. Anyway, the thing they should have always been doing is host their Ape Fest. Yes, live. Yes, in person. People want to party, but also host it in the other side metaverse. Come on. Low-hanging fruit. That's an easy win for you. And this year, they're actually doing it. So there you go. October 19th, 3 p.m. You get to go to the other side to join Ape Fest. Look, I don't know if you have to hold the assets to get in or if it's going to be open to everybody. I kind of think that should be open to everybody and then gate off an area. Token gate part of it, if you can do that yet with the tech. That's what, if you can't, that's what they should have been working on. But that is exactly what I think, what I've wanted, what I think other people who are interested have wanted too. It's great it's finally happening. Ape Fest in the metaverse, other side metaverse. Really freaking cool. I love it. This is the other part of the equation here of what I think they should continue doing. It's collabs. It's partnerships. It's exclusive merch drops, limited edition stuff. I love that stuff. I love that. From Yuga Labs, they're doing the right thing here. Keep pushing that direction. There you go. Another Bape partnership. Some nice, really, really fucking cool shoes. These are dropping in 3 days. 1,000 editions of those shoes. Very cool. GG's to again, Bored Apes on the right track. Garga's really, really got them going the right direction. We have, look, guys, I'm not 100% here, but I think this is our first ever NFT backed game. Not fully backed, but there are NFT assets in this game. I think for the first time ever on a console. Dude, Off the Grid launches on the PlayStation and the Epic Game Store. It's the PlayStation that stands out. There might be another game. I think I've heard of a single other game that's on the PlayStation Store that does have NFTs, but this is a big one. You've got Tim the Tatman, I think the dude's name is. You've got Dr. Disrespect playing this game, Ninja playing this game. They're streaming this game. This is not a small game. Off the Grid's got a following, a battle royale type game. I kind of want, you guys want to see a trailer? I kind of want to see a trailer here. Anyway, this game is live on early access, but live on PlayStation. Actually, I should probably download it and play it. That'd be kind of cool. Well, hang on a sec. Is that our guy? What's his name? Is that Jonah? Is that Jonah that we know from the space? It sure is. I'm pretty sure that's Jonah with Ninja, and then there's that Tim the Tatman guy. Interesting. Okay, you know what? Let's, I just want to see a little trailer here. Is that Jonah? He's going to be a gaming influencer, man. He already is, but like he's really going to get into that mix with Dr. Disrespect. That's kind of wild. Is he playing with him? Or is this his video just covering these other guys? I don't know. Anyway, a little footage. And let me get you some audio too.
Sack behind you. Sack one bullet behind actual. On you, literally.
It's cool looking. It's cool looking.
Go. You right here. 1v1, 1v1. Bring around the Rosie.
All right, so Battle Royale, kind of like Call of Duty meets,
Tim on us, Tim on.
what is it? Call of Duty meets, Fortnite.
Teabag at someone, dude.
Basically.
Bro.
I'm
tips and tricks.
I'm rooting for him. I hope that's successful. It's good. It's good for the space. It's really, really good for the space. So that's pretty cool to see. Pretty cool to see. Does that interest any of you guys? And by the way, see some. I'm gonna come back to comments, but Mudang and Pesto. You sold your Pesto farm. I saw my Pesto bags. I'm like, what? I ride that to 0, which it's basically at now. So. Guys, Google is integrating. There's a bunch of integrations here, by the way. This is a really cool little stretch here. Google's integrated ENS. Search an ENS address like right on google.com. Get some details, get their balance. Pretty cool. CoinGecko integrating Arkham. I like that a lot, too. Again, look at your favorite tokens. You can go right to, a breakdown, see transactions. Arkham's the one who usually lists or notifies us about big crypto sell-offs. The German government selling Bitcoin. That's a pretty cool integration. I like that a lot. Binance rumored to be finally chatting about runes. I've seen this in a few places. It would be great to see Dog, whatever listed on Binance. By the way, Dog, I don't mean to shit on it, but I'm gonna real quick. As I've Vrew, Mega GMs, buddy. As I've been getting into, let's say, SPX and meme coins the past 6-8 weeks, maybe a little longer at this point. It's been a little longer. I'm paying attention to memes. Memes matter a lot. Like, good memes are something that helps you pick out a winning token. It's just how it works. The Dog community does not make good memes. It's pretty boomerish, and if we're going to argue that it's a token that appeals to a different audience, sure, I believe that too, but it's night and day, the memes from the hot communities. Funny, witty, clever, really well edited, like whatever. And then the dog stuff is just not good. It's fine. It's better than nothing, but it's just not good. Arkham's fucking great, dude. Really, really, really. So, yeah, it is what it is. But it stood out to me. Coinbase now lets you send, this is fantastic, lets you send Bitcoin to a Taproot address. Right? This is your ordinal address. You could not do this before. Well, now I'm thinking about that. That doesn't seem right. No, it does. It does. That's correct. You send Bitcoin from Coinbase, you got to send it to whatever. You couldn't send it to your ordinals address. Now you can. Smart. Some of the wallets actually handle it for you on its own, right? I think they are smart. And if you send it to a certain address, it routes it to the correct one. But it's a pretty big upgrade, guys, because the Bitcoin network is just, it is challenging. It is. All right. Getting to the home stretch here. Then we get to the HBO story. We're going to talk some Murad. Yes, we are. Leading with this, though. Joe Rogan says NFTs have no value. Worthless. No value to these things. And our guy Murad says, you're wrong, 50 ETH for these floor prices. You guys are underestimating how big these are going to get. And I'm on the side of Murad. I'm way on that side. And I'm not nuts. Well, maybe. But there's reasons. He broke it down here. I'm just teasing this now. We're going to get into this after the Satoshi story. By the way, we'll go long. We'll go over an hour today because there's plenty to talk about. I think people are severely underestimating how big this stuff gets. It's like the same people who buy into Raoul Pal's vision for crypto and how big it gets. How big it gets. World-changing as far as economic value of it. Right? Like $100 trillion market cap for crypto. People believe that, but they then don't believe that NFTs and meme coins go the same direction. And Raoul Pal thinks that's coming in 4 years. 6 years at the most. It's that soon. These predictions here make a lot of sense to me. Maybe this cycle, at the very least, one cycle out. I'm with him here. I've seen it. I've seen it for a while, and people are struggling with it. I like Murad. I want to make a kind of goal here of like really sharing my thoughts, but really getting them down concisely. I want to be persuasive, but I'm not trying to lead people into the slaughter, and if people think he is. I just want to have people understand my headspace, why I'm there, how I got there. But again, really fill it in the why. I just want people to understand it instead of just saying Murad's a grifter or saying he's pumping his bags, because that's a lot of what's happening. And again, maybe he is. And at least now we'll know, guys. Zach XBT has revealed 11 of Murad's wallets here. He's got a lot of these meme coins. He's got his bags packed. So as these run, I'm sure he's going to be selling. Of course, we're going to be talking about it. We'll see. It's fine. By the way, it's super fine. Is this his whole motivation for why he's talking about stuff the way he is? Maybe. But again, I don't have those bags, and I've been talking about it the same way now for about a year as far as those kind of ridiculous predictions. I don't know. How do you feel about him, those wallets getting doxxed? Cosmos, there you go. Yeah, the essence of that dog is to be cute. The cute dog of Bitcoin don't need to be funny or witty, but yeah, not a meme. Yep. There was a video, Cosmos, that stood out to me. I don't think I bookmarked it, but it's a guy, I think it's in India, going up to another guy and just explaining dog, and he holds a picture of Bitcoin and then a dog, and he's like, which would you rather have? And it's just dull. It's just dull. And then the guy picks the dog, and he's like, and that's why. And I'm like, no, that's actually that's why it works. That's why it works. It's a numbers game. But it's dull, boomerish, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't know. There you go. Last story. Oh, shit, he's online. I mean, he's on Spaces. I want to put Polly on your radar like I try to do. Polly is back on X. He's been banned so many times. He's got an account called NotPolly69. It's private, but that's the account. If you're trying to keep up on Polly stuff, it's that. Also, you go into his following, you see his other accounts. So, Pond Lord OX. True Warrior, I don't know if that's him too. True Warrior is him. I don't think that's probably him too. No, that's not Polly. Polly OX Reboot, Rocky OF. If you're trying to stay up on Polly and he's been gone for a bit, it feels like very quiet. That's Polly. There you go. All right, HBO time. What space is he in? Hang on, I do want to see. Where you at, Polly? Hang on, let's listen. Let's listen for a sec.
This amount of control. And the thing about it is, it's unclear if these individuals actually have the control that they appear to have, or if they're kind of like puppets. I think that they're more puppets.
Okay, at the moment, don't care, but you know, I love that guy. HBO, Peter Todd, Satoshi. Let's get into it. Okay, if you don't want the spoilers, like if you don't want to hear the reasons why, guys, it's time to boogie, because we'll go bullet points. What was their evidence for fingering the man? Yeah, I said it. They could have fingered a whole lot of men. They could have, and they only fingered him. I mean, I'm going to get off that. That's ridiculous. There's a few guys there that I could also buy. There's a few guys I could buy, but overwhelmingly the thought is this was like their approach. This is how they found Satoshi. This is how thorough of a job they did. I kind of agree. I think a lot of their evidence is pretty circumstantial. But it still was new to me. I didn't know much about the guy. I think they had at least a compelling case, and it could be him. I'm going to play for you the video of the accusation. Okay, so that's your last spoiler warning. But this is the moment where he's confronted, and we'll still then go bullet point by bullet point. But this is the moment. You have been warned. Here we go.
A concept which you had envisioned years earlier, but you needed some kind of cover in order to make. And you also needed some cover for that 2010 post.
2010 post. Yeah, because I was Satoshi.
I mean, yeah, you know, you're very concerned about all the privacy stuff. So you reach out to your old buddy Adam Back. You say, we need to do something about this, but we need to pay the devs. But you can't join Blockstream because it would look too suspicious. So you don't.
I will admit, you're pretty creative. You come up with some crazy theories. It's ludicrous. But it's the sort of theory someone who spends their time as a documentary journalist would come up with. So yeah, I'll say, of course I'm Satoshi, and I'm Craig Wright. And yes, I was definitely covering that little bit about, fees to go pretend to be Satoshi. Or not Satoshi, one or the other.
Well, why make up the whole John Dillon thing?
Well, like I said, I'm not John Dillon.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not John Dillon. I don't know who that is. I'll warn you, this is going to be very funny when you put this into the documentary and a bunch of Bitcoiners watch it.
Well, I don't think they would be very happy with this conclusion, because you're pretty controversial within the community at this point.
No, I suspect a lot of them will be very happy if you go this route, because it's going to be like yet another example of journalists really missing the point in a way that's very funny.
What is the point?
The point is to make Bitcoin the global currency. And people like you being distracted by nonsense.
I like it. I like how I like him. I like him. But I don't know. All right, let's start getting into the nitty-gritty why. Why him? And there's a few posts that really lay this out. Okay. So I'm just thinking of where exactly to start. Supposedly, he's too young. We'll just say that. Nah, it's stupid. I don't buy that. Okay, anyway. This was, I think, their strongest piece of info, and I don't think it's that good. Okay, number one. Satoshi made a post here in 2020, December 9th, 2020. Made a post, and the accusation is that Peter Todd finished the post, but did it under the Peter Todd account. Meaning Satoshi is Peter Todd. He's got two accounts. He wrote the post, and then he switched account, and he forgot he had switched his account, and he went to add on to the post, and he posted, and he left it as Peter Todd. That, I think, is their... This sounds crazy. I think that's their biggest piece of evidence, which is, man, oh man, that's incredibly weak. Posts are about an hour and a half apart. It sounds to me like it's just a guy sharing some additional color. It's 1 cent. Unless there's more to this that's it's cropped off. That's weak. Good morning, Gravity. Good to see you, brother. It continues, again, reasons why this HBO documentary guy thinks it's him. Hoback. I gotta use his name, Hoback. What was being mentioned in this post? It's some kind of, what is it? A fee, a kind of fee. Yeah, Brand said I watched probably 2/3 of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched the first, I'd say 2/3. I didn't get to the last part, but the last part, the back end of it is where they lay out these things. So I got the bullet points, and I'm going to go back and not just watch that. I want to watch it all again because I actually liked it. I think it's such a cool story. I've always been a fucking nerd with this stuff. I love this stuff. I'm hungry to learn everything I can. I've always wanted to go back onto these forums and just read through everything, all of it. Just read the history myself so I can make up my own mind with things. But I'm going to watch it again because I think it was entertaining and I learned from it. Let's see. Yeah, by the way, did you guys watch it and did you like it? Yeah, you know what? I saw those all like in various clips, and yeah, you're right. He really lays it out, and then he confronts him. And I do want to see the methodical laying out. We've just got it in thread form now. I'm excited to see it. Now, the very thing they were talking about in this post, and then the reply, which supposedly is a reply from the same person, was actually implemented by Peter Todd. Interesting. There's more here. There's another character here named John Dillon, who there was an email exchange between John Dillon and Peter Todd, back and forth. It makes Peter Todd sound like a government asset to some degree, but they're inferring that it's the same person. I think is the case, something like that. I might have the names mixed up here as in it was someone else entirely, but again, a lot of this kind of I don't know. It's not the strongest case. We'll say that. This is interesting. There's a message from Peter Todd at some point where he calls himself the world's leading expert on how to sacrifice your bitcoins, and saying he did it by hand. And that guys has to do with the million bitcoins that Satoshi still has. And what he's saying is it's they're alluding to the fact that it's his and he burned his keys. He doesn't have his keys to that wallet anymore. Could be. What else would make you the leading expert on how to sacrifice your bitcoins? That would do it. Peter Todd, though, I got to find another post. There's not enough here. This is not all the points here. This is not all the points. Yeah. Yep. And it's interesting that is your name FL Rancid? Is that how we say it? FL Rancid. I saw Rancid in Florida once. Cool as shit. Cool band. More to do with like Peter Todd working at God damn it, guys. I need to find a better thread. I've got it bookmarked. Hang on. This doesn't lay it out well enough. This is my bad, guys. I'm going to put up on screen in the meantime. I almost think it's him. This is not strong enough either because Martin Shkreli does. I think Martin Shkreli is as honest as you can. That sounds crazy, I know. But, like, what does this guy have to gain or lose or whatever? Just credibility if he's right. Dude, I wouldn't be shocked if it's true. I wouldn't be shocked if it's the four guys that they focus on. What they really do is split it off into two groups. There's these four guys who are very core Bitcoin guys, like stuck to the ethos of Satoshi and his message and his vision for Bitcoin. And there was another group of four that kind of split off and they wanted to change it a bit to really, really grow Bitcoin. But it's like these squads, and I could buy into the idea that it's the four guys who really carried the torch of Bitcoin, that all four of them are Satoshi. I could buy that it was any one of them, really. I buy what Peter's saying, that this is like kind of QAnon levels of reach. Kinda. I agree that it was one of the least compelling. I'm saying all that, and at the same time, everything they laid out, I'm like, yeah, no, interesting. Like, oh, okay, could be. There's not enough info. There's definitely not enough info. Yeah, dude, Rancid, cool as shit. You grew up nice, man. I saw him in West Palm. Super cool. Dude, this sucks. I literally bookmarked not the one I really wanted to show that really laid it out bullet points. If any of you guys got a good thread, I'm going to search real quick because this is a really lame way to show you. I really want to go bullet point by bullet point. I had it. Yeah, give me a second. I am going to find it. Again, more accusations of sloppy journalism, not a very tight case here. And again, everything kind of lines up. One sec. I think I'm getting towards it. Oh, you know what? The cool thing here is this story is so it's so new. Like, we're gonna get so much info throughout the days here. Things to bolster the claim, things to refute stuff. I like this a lot. This is gonna be a really, really fun few days here. Let's keep looking. Oh wow, this is crazy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna bounce around here. This is crazy. The poly market, predictions market. Look, everybody who worked on that film, on that documentary, knew who they were going to say is Satoshi. Look, if you live here in the States, you got to use a VPN already to trade on poly market. What stopped any of them from being very anonymous, funding a wallet, throwing on the VPN, being nice and safe and secure probably, and making a big old gamble. A big old gamble. I don't know how much this person bets or bet, but this person here made 150 grand on that bet. It's dude, it's shady. Also awesome. Whatever. Better believe there's a lot of fuckery involved on Polymarket. Not from the Polymarket guys, by the way, but just around that. Just around the situation. Man, I want to play the documentary now. I really do. Dude, Rancid, dude, easy. Easy. Gordon Gunner, also not a fan of how it was laid out. Only compelling part of the doc was watching Peter Todd explore this old bunker. Yeah, that was neat. Felt like the only part of the film that wasn't leading the audience towards some kind of conjectural conclusion was just that. Here's what's interesting, too. Again, I noticed this throughout, and you guys, Rancid, you probably did, too. It's just... It was fun editing. I like how things were framed. As he would talk to these different characters, as we're trying to figure out who is Satoshi, he'd ask him questions, kind of like poke, prod, make, light accusations like it could be you. And they would make sure to focus on the person's face. I can't remember the other guy's name. Maybe John or something. One of the guys in I call him the good group, the Peter Todd group, the core Bitcoin guys. They focus on the face, and he's got these shifty eyes. He's like, this Satoshi couldn't be me because, and then he looks nervous. And they did that with quite a few of them, and I thought that was fun and interesting. Again, it was entertaining. But they all did that to some degree, including Peter Todd. Certainly looked uncomfortable at parts. I think it's interesting when he comes out and says, yes, I'm Satoshi. And I don't know, this is me just reading into stuff. I think he could be. I really do think he could be. I thought it was kind of cool when he says that it feels like, oh, this is my safe place right now. This is my safe place right now to actually say it, and nobody's going to believe it at the moment. But I felt like this is just all feels. It doesn't mean anything. I felt like he was actually saying he's Satoshi, and he meant it. I don't know. It felt like maybe for the first time, Satoshi got to say maybe who he is publicly in a way that he's assuming people wouldn't buy it. It felt interesting. Will we see a dump in Bitcoin? I doubt it. I don't think it was a strong enough case for you. I don't think that was a strong enough case saying it's Peter Todd to move the market. I'll tell you this. That million Bitcoin is always going to hang over everything. Everything. Again, think of a million Bitcoin and the value. What is a million Bitcoin right now? Hang on. Let's see. A million Bitcoin, well, it's obviously like 1/20th of the supply. 1 million Bitcoin right now is... Does he have 1 billion? Is that how many? $631 billion. Actually, Bitcoin's up right now. Love it. That wasn't his Cosmos. It wasn't his dad. That was another guy who contributed to Bitcoin early on, who also, people make a case that he's also Satoshi. And again, it might be all of them together. Could be. This, whoever Satoshi is, has $630 billion worth of Bitcoin right now. We're scared about the U.S. government right now dumping $4 billion worth. The big fear is if Bitcoin is adopted the way that people would like to see it adopted, as something that backs currency around the globe, and let's picture 20, 30 years out from now, as big as it could be, this one wallet could crash the global economy all on its own. All on its own. You dump the entire 1/20% of the supply, you kill it. You kill countries. Think of that. That's the scary part. That's the thing that could, and has been a hurdle for adoption, and rightfully so. I think everybody would love to know that that million is burned, is gone. In fact, I think it'd be awesome if we saw it move one day to a wallet that we know is a burn address. That would be wild. Dude, that happens. Bitcoin prices absolutely freaking soar. Like unbelievable action we'd see there. Like, it would kick off the biggest run we could probably would ever see at any point. At any point now and in the future, that would do it. That would absolutely do it. Here's a little better breakdown. I'm sorry, guys. I've been digging for this. I wish I had it. But here we go. A little better breakdown. Okay. Here we go. A 2010 Bitcoin talk post from Satoshi was made from Todd's account. That was the reply there, right? That was the reply. Todd implemented this replace by fee proposal, or he proposed replace by fee. And that is part of what was being discussed in those previous posts. Cryptic, I mean, that's mostly it. The suggestion that he's the authority in destroying Bitcoin. There's not a lot more than that. There's these other, again, supplementary things as far as Peter Todd working for this company, key to building out Bitcoin, but he never actually was an employee there because maybe that draws eyes attention. It's all kind of circumstantial. It's kind of weak. Also, it kind of makes sense too. Again, this is not enough for us to know. It's not enough at all. Yes, sir, Vru, it would be the richest person on the earth now and probably forever. It's a lot of Bitcoin to have unaccounted for. It really is. It really is. It's a lot. And it is something that to a degree really does hold Bitcoin back. Always think of it. That money will always be out there and people being like, yeah, but what if? But what if? Like, do you really risk national security over that? We hope Satoshi is a good guy, and he might be. Accusations that Peter Todd is a government agent, by the way. He hinted at the fact that he is. I like that, Bang. We're all Satoshi. I like that. That was my prediction, is in the end, that's how the documentary would end. As in, we don't know, but if you contribute to it, if you believe in it, if you use Bitcoin, you are also Satoshi. I like it because it's a feel-good thing. Also, it's whatever. Fantasy stuff. That said, if those points there did not feel super strong, wasn't super strong. Okay, here's more, a little more in depth here. This is, again, for the reasons I said about the power that person would have. The narrator suggests the identity of Satoshi could not be known because it would endanger his safety. Did they put, and I've seen this comment out there, did they put Peter Todd in people's crosshairs? Does this actually get people actually digging more into him? And I know people have tried. There's not a lot about him. There is some interesting stuff about his name, though, with ChatGPT. I'm going to try to get to that later this week because it's pretty fascinating. You'll probably see a lot of that talked about here coming up. Yes, sir. Yep, absolutely, Bang. Yeah. Strongest piece of evidence. Again, it's still that reply. That to me is one of the weaker things. That reply from Peter Todd to Satoshi, which they're saying it's, he had his account logged in. I don't read it that way at all. I read that post and it just looks like okay, you guys know a week ago when I replied to Beanie and corrected him with something or added a little extra info? To me, felt like that. Felt like seeing a post and just chiming in with just a little more info, adding a little more clarity, your thoughts on it. I didn't read it as anything more than that. Doesn't mean I'm right at all. Nobody knows. Eric, interesting. Have you heard anyone suggest Shinichi Mokazuki? I've not heard that name. Let's pull it up. I don't know. This was from an 11-year-old YouTube video. I've not heard that. Can we peek? Let's peek at that. This can't be the core piece of evidence here. The Satoshi post and the reply, the follow-up again an hour and a half later. Of course, to be specific, the inputs and outputs can't match exactly. ... Okay, now there's more color around this too. Saying that the way that Satoshi types the wording and the structure of his posts match Peter Todd. Interesting. That's stuff that does help add up. It helps add up. None of this is enough all on its own. Even altogether at this point, I still don't think any of it is enough. But to me, that's pretty compelling. Again, the structure. You've got guys who probably do this for a career, that kind of forensics, right? People that can look into and dissect, again, your writing style, your words. It's why ChatGPT is so cool right now. It can copy people's writing styles. So if Peter Todd's writing style is similar, if not almost identical to Satoshi, it's more than a grain of salt for me. That's actually something substantial. Is this it? Eric, is this Satoshi here? I know it's not him, but I've never heard that name before, to be honest. So, oh, interesting. Okay, Maddie, you met David Chom last year, and he told you he personally knows Satoshi, and that's all he'd give you. Interesting. Let me see David Chom. Let's see if I recognize the face. Was he in the video last night? I don't think I saw it. Was this guy in the video? I didn't see that. Interesting. Saying he knows Satoshi. Do you think Satoshi's friends really do know him? Do you think that, how much harder is it to keep that kind of a secret? If it's not just one person, but it's a group of people, that's hard. That's much, much harder. One person slips at one point and the whole thing can maybe kind of unravel, maybe. All of it's pretty hard to believe that one person's keeping it a secret, let alone a group of people. Very tricky. Plot twist: Satoshi is the that's still a valid take. That's a valid stance there. That this is a big old government orchestrated kind of power play. Yes, I mean they've certainly looked into these kind of things before. Would it shock anybody? Nope. Nope, not a single bit. Wouldn't shock me at all. It is wild, though. It is wild that here we are after the documentary and we have, we don't have any more clarity. We have conspiracy level stuff, conspiracy theory level stuff to work off. Still. We're going to get another documentary at some point with another Who is Satoshi. We are. That wasn't nowhere close to definitive. By the way, just chiming in with this real quick. U.S. government says Bitfinex may be sole victim for restitution as seized Bitcoin from 2016 hack. Okay. I'm looking for more bullet points or breakdowns. This is what I've got to do it. I got to find some time to really break stuff down myself instead of just relying on other people's. Again, I like when somebody comes out and teases, just joking that I'm Satoshi, but again, it feels like maybe it's just their opportunity to really say it. I like it. Yeah, Maddie. Okay, yeah. I like the Hal Finney argument. I like the Len Sassaman argument. I like those, maybe because I think they're even better feel-good stories. Hal Finney is the one that I know a lot of people vibe with. Yep, a lot of people. By the way, this is the other guy I've kind of hinted at that's also there, that shifty eyes when he's, kind of accused. Has backdated, like he's had some posts at certain dates that he's like kind of fucked with dates to make it, to kind of cover his tracks to a degree. It's just, who knows? Who knows? Hal Finney, I think, has always been a really compelling case. Yeah, I still think there's something there. If I had to bet, it's probably Hal Finney. That's my bet. Based off of what, just everything, all the info everybody else has here. Something there feels a little more right. Adam Beck. That was up there on the poly market odds, I think, right? Adam Beck. Oh, that's Adam Beck. That is Adam Beck. Okay. Thank you, sir. He was cool. I liked him, right? If we were watching the movie and just having fun, who's your favorite character? I like that guy a lot. He's like my kind of nerd. Seemed like a nice guy. I liked him. He's Satoshi? Don't know. Right? Nick Szabo. You could make an argument for, man, all these guys. You really could. As strong, I still think this. The argument that was made for Peter Todd being Satoshi, I think you could make as strong of an argument for Hal Finney, for Nick Szabo. I don't know about Len Sassaman, although, again, I like the story. I think you could make as compelling a story as a lot of these guys. Maddie, have you met him too? Have you met Adam Beck as well? He does seem really cool. And again, I like that group. I like that group before a lot. They seem cool. They seem like guys I would just love to hang with. They seem like us. They seem like dudes who get together, do this for fun, understand how important it is. Very important. Very like that thing, like they get it. They get it. I like those guys. As opposed to that other group of four who were just, oh man, they felt a little, I don't want to say slimy, but you know what I mean? Again, thought it was interesting in that group of four that I liked. One of these guys who was very much working on politicians, that all felt, maybe he felt a little slimy too. I get it. I get that that's what it takes to grow, to bring adoption, but that felt weird. Nick followed How to Make Bit Gold from David Chom's idea. Okay. On Cryptophasia, I think Brom Cohen creating BitTorrent led to Bitcoin. Ooh, that's an interesting thought too. Yeah, now Hashcash was Adam Beck. Is that correct? And I learned that through the documentary. It's a good watch, guys. I think it's worth a watch. Again, I would love to stream it, do it on X so there's no copyright stuff. I think that'd be so cool. I think that'd be so cool. What other takes did we have here? For you guys that did watch it, was it convincing enough for you? Big Rig. They point to Peter Todd to make a good case, but I think Adam Beck is Satoshi. Again, orange hat here. Watch the end here where the documentary guy presents his evidence to Todd and Beck, and look at Beck's reaction. Is it Beck or Beck? Yeah, Beck. It is funny. Beck was, I was watching him in the background. Like a little sigh of relief. And also, I mean, look, Satoshi doesn't want to be found. Still, I like him saying I'm Satoshi. I like it. In the end, though, we do not know. All this noise, all this craziness, we still don't know, which is fun. This is actually the most. Good morning, Mike Bennett. It's the fitting ending. It's the perfect ending for this documentary. I think bad if we learned who Satoshi is. I think good that it's more mystery. I think this is great for normies to see. I do. I think it's such a cool story. I hope that documentary does big numbers. I really do. By the way, I'm going to throw something up on the screen. I'm curious if you guys caught it. Yeah, Maddie. Yes. Yep. Okay, hang on. I saw at least 2 times my guy Oscar Ramos. Let me find a good video here. They're all good, by the way. I think you can see it top left. Making content here on SlamX as well. You may have seen his videos here. He's live on his channel now. Cool guy. Anyway, he was in the documentary twice when they were showing reactions to Bitcoin prices crashing, the crypto market crashing. I saw Oscar a few times, so that certainly made me smile too. Super cool guy. He will be on the show at some point. Just got to lock in a date, but he's a yes. We'll have plenty to talk about kind of whenever. He talks about macro market, big meme coins, top meme coins. Great guy. I thought that was pretty cool to see him on there. Hey, more to come. That's it. More to come. I mean, we didn't get a definitive answer here. Yeah, Peter said, of course I'm Satoshi, and I'm Craig Wright. And I'm not who was in the email, the government agent dude. He's like, and I'm not him. And yeah, I think we learned nothing other than got introduced to some cool characters, some really cool characters. I thought that part was great. Raul, good morning, sir. Raul. Yeah, I have a feeling we'll be coming back to this often enough. So really cool stuff. Again, I wish I had this presented a little better. It's just, truth is, there's just no great breakdowns quite yet. I think they're coming. But ultimately, I think this is perfect. Did Mando tweet this? Yeah. I think this is perfect. This is what it felt like. Entertaining, put out a good video, probably got a ton of views, ton of press. Is it thorough enough? Man, I don't think so. And how thorough can you be with something like that was designed probably from the start to not be discoverable? So, a lot of fun. It's like a lot of freaking fun. All right, let's do a little talk about NFTs. We had Murad on Rug Radio yesterday. Again, I like him. Talking about NFTs, value, price, all that stuff. Again, those predictions are out there, man. Tweeting a couple days ago that Aeons and Spread of Gremlins 50 ETH floors. And I've said I agree. I see it. It doesn't mean I think it's going to happen. It means I see the scenario where that does happen. I still see the scenario. I still believe there's a chance it happens. A decent chance too. Like, it's an out there chance, but I'm the guy who also believes Bitcoin's going to be worth millions. I still believe that. I do. And if I believe Bitcoin's going to be millions of dollars, I have to believe the floor prices we saw of NFTs last cycle, that we see that, but more of that again. It means the US dollar is not worth the same. These predictions, that's what it means. Now, if it happens this cycle, that doesn't apply, but I think we've seen just the start. Breaking down his headspace, why he thinks these prices get so high. We'll break this down. This is a good breakdown. I want to see something like this about Peter Todd. Here we go. Global macro position right now, literally set up for astronomical prices, similar to 2021. It is. We got a stimmy last time. Right now, it's the entire global economy's got a little stimmy, right? Money printer on. We saw this. We've looked at this recently. Global liquidity is at an all-time high. More money, interest rates down means it's time to go spend. It's time to go get in silly mode. ICOs in 2017 were initially accessible to everybody. And a lot of people won back then until VCs took over. They were the guys making money. NFTs, last cycle, exact same thing. We lived through that. We saw it. We felt it. We made money at first. All of a sudden, it was VC-backed projects who found the way to drop NFT collections where they win. It's not just us go buy mint and that's it. No, there was so many other mechanics and other people got in first, and it was different last cycle. The only use cases for crypto: store of value, also payments, and then speculation. It's mostly speculation. It's all the the price action is all driven by speculation, not the real utility. Not saying there's no utility to stuff, there is, but stop pretending you're building a useful product or something with utility. Again, even though that is there, that's not what the value of this stuff is right now. It's a different kind of value, but the prices we see all has to do with the speculation of it. We've been treating everything, meme coins, and the real product, the real substantial tokens, we've been treating all of them universally as meme coins. That's it. Everything's a meme coin. Everything. Doesn't matter how real and legit you are. We do it with Bitcoin too. We treat Bitcoin like a meme coin too. And so Murad says meme coins right now, it's I like this, the populist revenge from the trenches. We got fucked out of everything in all these last cycles. Meme coins, you can't fuck us out of it. There's nothing to it. The meme is the meme. The value is whatever we say it's going to be. I buy that. I buy it. I like this thought. The best performing meme coins need time. I like this a lot. The cabal can't fabricate that, although they will. They will. This is what's going to happen here. I'm going to finish this point, and I'll come back to that thought. Coins that have been able to survive for the last 6 months with some pretty decent market caps, those have the true communities, believers, they're cults. And we've seen this actually, if you look on Dex tools or whatever, a big base of holders, guys with conviction, probably got enough liquidity there at this point too. Those are set up perfectly to soar this cycle. And when he says the cabal can't fabricate them, they can't now. They probably can't for this cycle. They're going to catch on to this process. The cabal guys and VCs, whatever, are going to start laying the groundwork and probably already have to have tokens that are set up to cook next cycle. If the DeFi environment, regulation-wise, still allows for this, you better believe the cabal right now is going to lay the groundwork and make it feel organic and let this thing slowly over years, let's say until the next cycle, not this cycle, the next one, they're going to let it build up over time. They're going to make it feel like a really organic, memeable, fun, crazy thing. Build their own cults. And then they'll have copied exactly this process that works right now. And it's going to work for this cycle. Cabals are going to see what works. They're going to copy it. Next cycle, it's going to be the cabals that built out these cults. It's probably how it plays out next time around. Potential growth is much higher than Bored Apes Punks did last time because you have, instead of 4,000 holders pumping 10,000 JPEGs, you have 500,000 holders pumping one coin. I like that a lot. That makes a ton of sense. VC coins get wrecked because people got them early. They unlock their tokens. They dump on you. And then meme NFTs created after the coin have the most potential. I agree with all that. All of it. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. It just means if you still believe price of Bitcoin is going to go up to 200, 250K, everything comes up with it. Look, that money comes from utility tokens. It comes from blockchain tokens, as in, like, let's use AVAX. Things like that. Look, less speculation on those kind of things, platform tokens, because we know how those play out. Less speculating on those, although we're still going to speculate. More speculating just on the pure memes. All the liquidity from those, a lot of the liquidity flows from those to meme coins. And what I think is it consolidates into the meme coins that have stood the test of time, that have NFTs that back them. Let me pull up my newsletter from yesterday because I talk about this in there. I lay it out a little more, and I want to flesh it out and then put this out on X. Can we see that? That might not be super easy to follow. Okay. Here we go. I think I'm just gonna mostly read this off, if that's fine. Bullet points up here. Rough start to October. Now meme coins cooking. NFTs best week in almost 2 months. Hard to not notice what NFTs are cooking right now, because might be a sign of what's going to drive this upcoming run, right? It's not just Pudgies and Bored Apes and Punks like the traditional collections that are getting that volume right now. It's a new meta. It's those, like we just talked about, the semi-official NFT collections from hot meme coins exploding in value. Guys, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu has the Sproto Gremlins collection. It got to 2.2 ETH yesterday. Wild. SPX 6900, $550 million market cap, has got Project Eon. Hit 1.7 this morning. Miladies have Cult. Apu, I don't know the market cap on Apu, 100, 200 mil with an NFT collection coming. Retardio's got the Retardio token. We all expected something like this to come. We thought it would be ERC 404s, SPL 404s. We thought. I don't think we're wrong. But this is super interesting, man. The fact that people don't want to jump through any hoops, right? Any kind of extra thought more than just click buy, click sell. Anything more as in, oh, hang on, X amount of token equals NFT. I sell some token, NFT goes away. It's not complicated, but that's enough that has people not touching it. Instead, we just go right to the source. We just go right to the meme coin, right to the NFT. Doesn't mean 404s aren't going to cook this cycle, because they might, but we all wanted it. It made sense to us. We thought that meme coins do need NFTs. Well, now we got them. But here's the point too, or a point. Liquidity spread across all these tokens, right? So thousands and thousands of tokens. Right now, $52 billion market cap across all these meme coins. Just the meme coins, not talking the majors, the meme coins. $52 billion. Last cycle, May of 2021, $100 billion market cap in meme coins with just 2 tokens. People knew where to go. You didn't have many choices. You didn't have many, so you went to Doge, you went to Sheeb. It's kind of it, right? So the thesis is people just want to be told where to go. And with all these meme coins, you got Mudeng, who's got 50 variations of it across chains. Where do you go? And I think it's the NFT collections that get a high floor price, that are officially linked to the meme coin. That gives people direction. That tells you where to go. That helps us pull some of that liquidity back from meme coins to NFTs, but it helps consolidate it into those top ecosystems, getting us closer to that Doge Sheeb phase. Again, there's no competition then. There's so much now, but still, where do you go? What are the ones that we are going to be pushing to the masses? It's the ones with NFTs. It's as simple as something visual that represents them. And it's this other thing that it's hard to make it tangible, hard to kind of quantify it, but these meme coins need communities, and they're lacking for those communities. Mudeng is a great example of that. Not a strong community. But NFTs are exactly what will bring that. Right? NFTs, excellent at building communities to identify with and rally behind. You start building communities with that single identity collection behind that meme coin, that's it. People see it. Meme coin hot, NFT collection hot. Gotta have if you're in the meme coin, gotta have the NFT to flex. Keep those collection sizes small, make it exclusive, and man, oh man, it's the meme coin holders that flow into it. It's people on the outside who maybe don't see the multiple returns on the token, but the NFT, at the very least, it's a flex. Don't forget the kind of opportunities that usually come with an NFT, like whitelists, like more token drops. I think those NFTs are key to unlocking this whole next NFT run, but unlocking the real potential for some of these meme coins. Like, we're all hoping we get to $1 billion market cap again on many of these. But really, we want to see these at 10 bill. We want to see these at 100 bill. And I do think, again, that's the Murad thesis. We're going to see something like SPX at 100 bill. I mean, fragmented, it's hard to see that. But with NFTs that help focus people into very specific tokens, and yes, everybody's going to copy it, a million NFTs behind a million different tokens, it's just going to be easier to see. Meme coin is huge market cap. NFT is huge market cap. That's the one. There's something here, man. There's really something here. Pulls the liquidity from all the outliers, all these other copycats, to the real ones. And then all the liquidity that goes from those major cryptos, the platform tokens, again, to meme coins. Done speculating on that stuff, speculate on the meme stuff. If you think Bitcoin's going to hundreds of thousands of dollars, then for sure these meme coins cook too. Again, it's just the which ones, and it's the ones that are easier at a glance to know is the real deal. And it's not easy now, man. You guys, again, we live in the trenches now. We know it is not easy. It's almost impossible to guess the right one. NFT's key to unlocking all that, man. Really is. again, this is it's interesting. I know we've all thought this before, and it just takes somebody actually spelling it out for us. Somebody that goes out and wants to be the figurehead, and somebody you can let, okay, he'll take the heat if it's wrong, but I kind of believe it. And that's a lot of what Murad is doing right now. I like it. I'm on board. Zach XBT released 11 of Murad's wallets. This dude in those 11 wallets, and by the way, he's definitely got more, but 24 million bucks in meme coins in just those wallets. Does that put pressure on Murad to not sell with people scrutinizing his wallets? Dude, it might. Also, I don't think anybody's going to give him shit for taking profits along the way. He certainly should. But it does open up that conversation. Is he pumping this stuff because he's got pretty heavy bags? And yeah, he probably is to a degree. I think he believes what he's saying, though. I do. Anybody think the dude's lying? Do you think that guy doesn't believe what he's saying? Right? Talking $100 billion market cap. Do you think he's only saying that so he can use you as exit liquidity? Do you think Michael Saylor's only saying Bitcoin's going to be $49 billion in 25 years? Do you think Saylor's only saying that so he can dump on your heads in 25 years? Or do you think he believes it and it's why he's buying so much? I lean that way. It could be outlandish. Maybe it's not going to actually happen, even though I think it is. But I think he's buying those meme coins because he believes that's how it'll play out. I believe it. I do. Here's those wallets. In fact, I'll drop. I'm going to drop the thread in chat. I don't know if you guys can even click it and save it from here, but I'll drop that. And save it, bookmark it. Those are probably good addresses to follow for sure. Watch how Murad trades here. I am curious. Has he replied to this at all? Not that I think he has to, but I'm always I'm interested in what the guy has to say here. Okay, any responses here? Does Murad burn some of his tokens? Maybe. Here's the interview, by the way. It was fantastic. By Murad, I mentioned this on the afternoon show. Don't want to jinx it, but talk to Murad. Said he'll come on the show, which is awesome, dude. Fucking awesome. So hoping the week after next week, Murad's on this show here. We will talk through all this stuff. Again, I don't want to talk about that much yet because if it falls apart, I don't want to look like an asshole. But I think we'll have Murad on the show in a couple of weeks here. Just got to lock in the exact date, but he was a yes. So that'll be a blast. This interview is great. And I like hearing other people get exposed to that thought. Like I said, I thought this last year. I talked about this last year. I said Milady's flip Bored Apes. Absolutely flip. And I still believe that. Milady's flip Bored Apes. And I said Milady's can maybe... Dude, my internet's garbage, huh? I said Milady's can flip... Here we go. I said Milady's could flip CryptoPunks. I am in that same headspace as Murad. We are thinking the same thing. We are thinking the money that's come into this is still a fraction of what's really coming in. You guys still don't have many friends. I know this because I don't. We don't have many friends that are in crypto yet, and I still believe they're all coming. I still believe there's more, way more normie money coming in, but more VC money. There's a lot more money coming in this space, and that's how we get to those crazy price predictions. That's how we get there. Let me think of that, too. I definitely would. Why is he not mentioning dog? You know what it is, Cosmos? And I don't know. It's going to be a good question for him. Dog is a cult. Dog is early. It's a good question. I initially went to just that the memes feel so forced. It doesn't. I'll say this. Dog doesn't feel as culty as the other ones that Murad shills. Dog doesn't feel as culty. It feels very... It doesn't feel organic, which is wrong. I know that, like, saying that right now, I know that's not correct. It doesn't feel like a feel-good token that has people all day, every day. It's got Leonidas all day, every day, pushing it, making content. And there's some guys that do it, but I wish I could quantify this too, and so I would love to hear from him. Dog doesn't feel like the other ones to me. Something about it feeling so forced, but that also is how you start these. You have to force them, right? So saying that out loud, you force all those tokens. They're all forced. Yeah. It's a good point. It's something I want to think through as well here, man. Lemon, good to see you, brother. I was thinking of you yesterday, man. Just like Lemon's busy. Lemon's got some shit going on. Hope you're great, man. We gotta catch up. But yeah, I do think this is the meta, and I don't think it's a short-term meta. I think this is the meta of this cycle. I don't know. Again, some of this is instinct and just looking at what's worked before. I think it's these NFTs backed by the biggest or backing the biggest meme coins. It's just man, it just smells like what's cooking, you know? I want to see what SPX is at and the Harry Potter token. Dude, my goodness. SPX is now 600 million market cap. Come on. Yeah. Cosmos, I think you and I are very aligned with this stuff. What's the Solana one look like? That's the one I bought the other day. Look at that. Nice. Up almost 3x on this. SPX is over 600 mil, though. That's wild. And how's Harry Potter? Wow, 260 here. I'm telling you, that guy is bringing so much attention to these tokens. Just unfreaking believable. I gotta shout out Confusion, by the way, for getting SPX on my radar. I've heard of SPX. I avoided SPX. I didn't know enough about it. And when I see a dude like Confusion, I'm sure some of you guys do it here on the show. It's like you need somebody that you trust a little bit talking about it. I saw Confusion mention SPX, and I'm like, oh shit, if he's convinced, it's now time to not just ignore it. It's time to actually pay attention. It's time to go do some research. And so Confusion mentioning it meant I got to go get in and research it. And it didn't take long to click. Where were we at? I think 250 million market cap or so at that point. It clicked, and it clicked fast. It just took 30 minutes of digging for it to click. So I didn't buy the ETH token. I bought the Solana one. And I bought the Solana one, which it's all the same token. It's just kind of bridged. I bought the Solana one at 20 mil. So yeah, up 3x here. Bought somewhere, I think, either here or in this first like big pump. Let me see. Hang on. I bought, I think on Sunday. I was part of this. I was probably part of that big candle right there. Bought in here. And man, I think it's going much higher. Not financial advice, obviously. And then Project Aeon, same day bought it at 0.7. At point, because again, I see it. And how crazy will it start getting when airdrops, NFT airdrops, like if that meta happens, if it happens, that NFT collections get whitelist to whatever, and it's Aeons who get, whitelist to this or that, and Sproto Gremlins, and there's just so much. There's so much that opens up from the NFTs too. And this is an look. SPX gets to a few bill, I think. I hope, and I'm with Murad. I could see Aeons at, I think 10 ETH. I think 510 ETH is automatic. I think Aeons flip Milady. But 50 ETH or something in the peak euphoric part of the market, man, oh man, I see that as very, very possible. 50 ETH for something like this, crazy. Is that the forever price? Hell no. Unless you get a token that's like a Doge, something that's always at a 16, 17, 20 billion market cap. And with that crazy future that's coming, what if your market caps on the biggest tokens is always 50 bill plus, 100 bill plus? Like, that's crazy. That's out there. But there's scenarios where these hold real value for a much longer time, maybe, kind of permanent. That said, that's out there. No point spending time on that. I think this whole ecosystem just cooks and cooks and cooks. Now all eyes on Murad too, so he's just got extra scrutiny. In a way, it's good, because if he proves himself to be a good dude and he's not dumping, that much more conviction to go in here. And just like I said earlier, maybe it's a good point to wrap up on. If the real Satoshi came out and burned his Bitcoin, that million in Bitcoin, what if, and I don't think this guy should even do it, but what if Murad came out and burned a whole bunch of his SPX supply and a whole bunch of his other tokens, his Bitcoin token, right? The Harry Potter token. What if he burned a whole bunch of that? Sends them. So we got something really interesting bubbling up. Picture too how early we are right now. So, like how freaking early we are in this cycle. Just second inning. for NFTs, especially. No, this whole cycle, second inning here. Incredibly early, and this is the kind of prices we're seeing already. Eons were 0.3 ETH last week, now up to 1.7. Spreado Gremlins, I don't remember last week, but 2.2. We're early, and those are the prices. I don't think Bored Apes are going to do that this cycle. Maybe they will. The scenario for them is that stuff really cooks on ApeChain on their the workshop, right? DApps and stuff come out, and apes get a lot of airdrops, and you know what I mean? They could, but I see those established doodles and all those collections having a much harder time getting to 10, 20 ETH. 10's doable, 20, 30, 40. I don't see it for those guys. I do see it for Eons and for Spreado Gremlins and whatever else comes out. We'll have something else that comes this cycle, right? Like if Whiff drops an official PFP, GigaChat, I don't think they have one. So if these big meme coins drop official NFTs, they also cook. And does it cannibalize from this stuff? I'm not so sure it does. 3,300 is small supplies help small supplies keep those floor prices way up. And again, I'll really finish here. It's the same thesis with ordinals. It's why I've always said I think not one Bitcoin floor, 2, 3, up to 5 Bitcoin floors on these things. It's the same thing. Especially Quantum Cat's tiny supply ecosystem, the whole thing pumps. But man, people underestimating how much money comes in and how reckless people spend when it comes. So Quantum Cat's 3,300 supply. It's why I believe that one for sure. So it's going to be a really fun NFT season, crypto season, all of it. Really can't wait. It's going to be a blast here. Share your guys' thoughts still. I'm always interested in that. Guys, on your way out, smash the like. Helps a ton. It really does. Even on the rewatches of the videos, the likes really help push this thing. So appreciate the likes. And you guys tuning in, of course. Again, it's gonna get wild here. So it's gonna be fun to ride with you guys throughout it. That's for freaking sure. All right, I'll be live this afternoon with Henry, with Joe, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time on the afternoon show, the Non-Fungible Idiot Show, right here on SlamX Official on YouTube. It's SlamXIO over on X.